Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I know you're wondering why I just started by laughing. I saw the proceedings yesterday, especially the ones in the Senate. I saw the statement from Charline Ruto.
The young people, the young presidents, for inviting me to be a part of their dialogue.
I also heard what William Ruto gave, and then I also went through the interview that was done by Sam Gituku, and the person who was hosted there was CS Kithure Kindiki.
And the stories that have been told about the circumstances in which they died, including Rex Masai, these are people that on their way home, some of them had been on the streets peacefully demonstrating. How did they become anarchists?
So I will not go into the details of what Kithure Kindiki did, because there's a video we'll do on that. I won't go detailed on what Charline Ruto said, because there's a video I'm going to do on that. But then there's one particular thing that I must mention. There's a tweet that Charline Ruto shared, and in that tweet there is a picture that has been shared, and this picture is about William Ruto's purported X-Space engagement. So I'll take you through Charline Ruto's tweet first. So there's a tweet that Charline Ruto has shared, and this tweet is about the purported engagement between William Ruto and the youths. There's a common saying in Swahili that siku za nyani kufa zikifika miti zote zinateleza. I think you understand that point. So this is what Charline Ruto said. Young people, the chance of a lifetime awaits you. I encourage you to use it wisely and engage constructively, because you are the ones who will determine the continuity of such levels of discussion for your success. The first ever president in the world to hold an online meeting with all Gen Zs. Lijo. See, let me just show you this thing. I don't know if you've seen it. Now, there is the engage the president. That's the hashtag that has been created, and this hashtag, this is where now people will engage William Ruto. So I'm just wondering how millions, going by the numbers, it say that we have almost 60% of the generation of all citizens are composed of youths. So I'm just trying to imagine how how will Ruto tell that he's engaging the youths? What if he bumps into Gen X in that forum? So I want us to go extensively into this, because personally I see this as a failed attempt. But let's just go through it. Now, before you do that, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe if you're not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. When I heard about the discussion in State House between William Ruto and the media team, the digital media team that were invited, that is the time I heard William Ruto tell these people, the people who had been invited, to organize themselves and tell him when they can be ready for a meeting. We didn't get to know the people who are with Ruto there, because the only image that was being portrayed, or the only person that was being showcased there, was William Ruto. But the rest, we could only hear voices which were so silent you couldn't even hear who was talking. I assume Charline Ruto was there. Why do I assume Charline Ruto was there? Because what followed that meeting was a press conference by Charline Ruto, and that's what people have been talking about, asking her who appointed her to be the spokesperson of the youths.
Kuja hapa nikaona mtoto wa Ruto anatuongelesha. Wewe msichana, don't address us.
Me, when Charline Ruto is addressing the youth, see what I eat to get energy. Anybody who went to a public boarding school, you know what this is.
I haven't seen the office of the first daughter. Maybe you'd finish that as you take us home. Where is that office situated?
leave my daughter Charline alone. No, these are kids, they are just, they are just being children.
Okay.
So very well, James, that there is no such office. This is a girl who is just being herself, a child. She has this space with her colleagues. Her colleagues are pushing her. Oh, maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do this. But she's okay. She's just tapping into the previous. She's just being the daughter of William Ruto, and sometimes she doesn't know the divide between the and the father. So
Charline Ruto has literally assumed that position. So she thinks she talks on behalf of all the youths. But that is now where it becomes dangerous, because the youths don't want her to be talking on their behalf, because she can't purport to say that it is their time to shine. Well, we know very well that anakula kwa fork while wengine anakula na mikono. You know what that means? That means that she is now living large, while the youths are struggling, languishing in the streets. Some of them can't even afford to pay fees. Their parents can't pay fees because the university fees was heightened. Some of them can't pay bills because bills have tripled. So those are some of the concerns. They are not happy because people have been shot dead. They didn't see Charline Ruto come out to talk about this issue boldly. Also, if you go to the interview yesterday between Sam Gituku and the CS for security, internal security, the CS literally failed to acknowledge the fact that people died. If you look at the dispatch that was issued and Sam Gituku was going through it, there was no condolences to the people whose children died, or the families who were bereaved. So this is why I realize that if you link all these dots, ladies and gentlemen, if you attempt to link all these dots, one thing that comes out of it is that the youths might not show up. The youths might not turn up. And William Ruto selected to attract idlers, joyriders. People will just go there to bash him. What about if Miguna decides to invade? If Miguna decides to invade this forum and talk on behalf of the youths, what if that happens? The agenda shall not have been achieved. Now, personally, again, this move, Charline Ruto talks about an opportunity. She says that young people, the chance of a lifetime awaits you. I encourage you to use it wisely and engage constructively, because you are the ones who will determine the continuity of such levels of discussion for your success. She talks about the chance of a lifetime. I don't know whether she understands. It's the Gen Zs are not interested in a conversation, and this thing has been talked about all time and time again. They are not interested in a conversation. What they're interested in, the irreducible minimums which have been posted, and these irreducible minimums are the ones that the government is supposed to follow. One was reduce excesses. Why would you have almost 55 PSs? Reduce them. Something else, reduce the international trips, because the trips that the president has been making is inashangaza. There's another part. Remove the office of the first lady, because the office of the first lady has almost 280 staffs. Remove the office of the second lady, or maybe cut that budget, because the budget of the first lady, the second lady, accommodates almost 150 staffs. Remove the office of the spouse of the prime cabinet secretary, because what is she doing? What has she done? These are some of the things which are making the youths feel aggrieved. Now, these things were already conveyed on Sunday, the 30th of June, when Linus Kaikai, Latif, and Adair, they confronted William Ruto with very constructive questions, and it appeared that they have collected these questions from sources, those are things which the youths had been conveying from the demonstrations, from the placards, from all other sources. They conveyed them to William Ruto, who agreed that indeed there is a problem. So what is going to be talked about there in the Let's Engage forum might not offer the solution. there will be total chaos there. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to react to this call by Charline Ruto and what Ruto is planning. And we don't know who planned this. Personally, I think it's Charline Ruto planned it. So, is she assuming to the president of the Gen Zs? Is she a Gen Z? Was she in the streets? Those are very, very important questions. If she was in the streets, she's not even supposed to assume that role. In fact, she's spoiling the matter.
There is a saying, give a man a fish and feed him for one day. Show him how to fish and feed him for a lifetime. I believe that this embodies what we at the Trust are trying to achieve by creating a new generation of young individuals with a progressive mindset to fill the needs of this ever-changing world. For example, we have a student, Moses Atot, from Turkana County, who joined us at age 15. Through the Kenyatta Trust, he was able to gain secondary education and is now studying petroleum engineering in China. Why such a unique course, you might ask? Moses chose to do this because he wants to come back to his community and work in a field that is primarily dominated by external experts. We believe
Because I stand before you today, not just as the president's daughter, but as one of you, a young Kenyan passionate about our country's future. I hear your voices, I understand your concerns. The challenges we face as a generation are real and pressing. From unemployment to the rising cost of living, we are all feeling the impact of our current economic situation. I want you to know that your engagement in our nation's affairs is not just welcome, but essential. They all contribute to the vibrant democracy we are building together. I would like us to engage constructively. Let's criticize when necessary, but also propose solutions. What we are saying as young people is we won't allow anybody to use our name, to misalign us, and to put us away from.
In fact, she is even spoiling this movement. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to raise my case here. But what do you think about this call by Charline Ruto, the tweet, and this call to have William Ruto engage with youth? This is a call that has come after a day after Charline Ruto issued a statement which suffered the wrath of Kenyans. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed before. To existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support.